What's up you guys? Today in this video I'm going to be showing how to set up the SteelSeries Arctis Pro Omni headset with the PlayStation 4 Pro using my MacBook Pro M3 Max running Elgato Studio and OBS Studio. So in this video I'm going to be using the new SteelSeries Arctis Pro Omni headset along with the game hub it comes with. I'm going to be using the Elgato HD60 X game capture card along with the Chat Link Pro cable. So my two wireless controllers are the Nacon Revolution 5 Pro wireless controller, and then my other controller is the Victrix Pro BFG reloaded controller. So I'll be connecting it to my PlayStation 4 Pro. So I'll be connecting my Elgato HD60 X game capture card to my MacBook Pro M3 Max through OBS Studio. So I'll be showing how to configure and update the firmware on the Elgato HD60 X using the Elgato new software, which is the Elgato Studio. So the Elgato Studio is going to be running directly on macOS. There is a Windows version, but in this video I'm going to be showing the macOS version of the Elgato Studio app. I can connect everything wirelessly. I just have to use the game hub that comes with the Arctis Pro Omni headset. So the headset connects to the game hub wirelessly. I don't have to connect the Chat Link Pro cable to the aux port of the headset nor to the aux port of the controller here. Everything's going to be connected to the back here of the game hub, which makes it possible to have a truly wireless setup. So for the game hub here on the back, it has the line in, line out, and 3 USB-C ports. So you have USB 1, USB 2, and USB 3 and Xbox. So for the PlayStation 4 Pro, we're going to be connecting to USB 1. So for the Chat Link Pro, on the end that has the Y splitter with the male connector and the female connector, we're going to connect the male connector to the back of the game hub. We're going to be using the line out. We're going to connect it here in the line out. So for the PlayStation 4 and the PlayStation 4 Pro, we're going to be using USB 1. We're going to connect the USB-C to USB-A cable. The USB-C part, we're going to connect it to Game Hub. And then the other end, I have it connected to the USB hub that's connected to the PlayStation 4 Pro. So the other male end of the Chat Link Pro cable, we're going to be connecting it to the Elgato HD60 X, and we're going to be connecting it here at the aux port. So for the back of the Elgato HD60 X, the HDMI in cable is the HDMI cable that comes directly from the PlayStation 4 Pro. The middle cable is going to be the USB-C Thunderbolt 5 cable that's going to connect to my CalDigit Element 5 USB hub, which is connected to my MacBook Pro M3 Max. And then the HDMI out cable is going to be connected directly to the TV. For this instance, because I'm at a hotel, I'm going to connect the HDMI out cable connects directly either to TV or to the media box that Marriott provides, depending on the TV you have in the controller. So for this setup, nothing is going to be connected to the female connector off the Y splitter from the Elgato Chat Link Pro. If you want a truly wireless setup, if you want it wired, have this as an emergency, connect the 3.5mm aux cable directly to the headset. So I'll also be showing how to configure the SteelSeries Arctis Pro Omni headset, how to update the firmware if there is any new firmware available, and how to set up the different audio profiles for the headset. So you could download the SteelSeries GG app, you could change the sound profile, you can update the firmware from the headset and from the game hub. SteelSeries also has a mobile app available for iPhones and Androids. You just download the SteelSeries mobile companion app and you can configure the sound profiles for the headset and the game hub. So with this setup, I can use the SteelSeries Arctis Pro Omni headset wirelessly without anything connecting to it. I don't need to worry about any cables or constraints. I can move my head around. I don't have to be careful overstepping on the cables. I have enough freedom of motion to move around. So I'll be using the Nacon Revolution 5 Pro wireless controller without any cables attached to it. I don't have to attach the Chat Link Pro to the aux port here. Everything is wireless. All the cables are going to be connected to the game hub. I can move around. I'm not constrained in one spot. This makes it possible for me to have a truly wireless setup. Like I mentioned before, if I actually wanted to have a wired connection, then I connect the 3.5mm aux cable that comes with the headset. I can connect it here on a female connector and then connect it here on the headset. And then I'll have a wired, like the purpose of this video is to have a truly wireless setup. But just like I said before, in case of emergencies, you always want to have that. So right now we're gonna go to settings, go all the way down to system, and you select it, and you go all the way down to enable HDCP. So this option by default is checked, is turned on, so you want to uncheck it. When you uncheck it, then you're able to capture gameplay using a game capture card. Then we're going to scroll down to devices. Then we're going to scroll down to audio devices. For both the input device and the output device, this is USB headset Arctis Nova Pro Omni. This is what we want. You can adjust the mic level for the headset. You can adjust the volume level. You can route all the output to the headset. So if you leave the game hub connected all the time, every time you turn on the PlayStation 4 Pro, it will automatically detect it and switch to the headset. For the PlayStation 4 Pro, I'll be using the Elgato HD60 X game capture card. In order to configure and update the firmware on the Elgato HD60 X, you will need to go to the Elgato website, go to the download section, you click on it, you scroll down and make sure you're on the Mac section, and we're going to be downloading the Elgato Studio for Mac. You just hit download. On my previous video, I showed that you were able to download the Elgato Capture Device Utility for Mac to configure and update the firmware for the Elgato HD60 X. But since that recording up to right now, Elgato discontinued that program, so you're not able to download or find the Elgato Capture Utility software on their website. So the only software that's compatible with all game capture cards is the Elgato Studio here from Mac, and it's also available for Windows. So once you downloaded the Elgato Studio on your Mac, you open the app, and now we're going to be connecting the Elgato HD60 X to my MacBook Pro M3 Max. So now the Elgato HD60 X, it's connected. So right now we're going to check if we have a firmware update for the Elgato HD60 X. You go up here, and by the looks of it, I think we do have a firmware update for it. And yes, I'm correct. So the first thing you want to do is update the firmware. So we're going to update the firmware. So we finished updating the firmware. Now we're going to disconnect it and reconnect it. So now we can see that the firmware was updated. So this is the latest firmware. Now, in order to configure the Elgato HD60 X, we're going to go to the right hand corner over here, click on this icon. Now we can change the different options here for recording, video, and audio. So we can change the resolution, we can change the frame rate, and we can change to this. We can change the format on video. So these are the options for video. By default, the audio input for the Elgato HD60 X, it is selected as HDMI audio. That is good if you're just going to use the Elgato HD60 X to capture gameplay. If you leave this at HDMI audio and you connect the Elgato Chat Link Pro, once you do recording or streaming, you're not going to be able to hear anything. If you're using a headset and you want both the gameplay audio and the party chat audio, you need to use the Elgato Chat Link Pro and you need to swap this option to analog audio in order to have both the gameplay audio and the party chat audio in your recording and streaming. From my previous video, if you're able to download the Elgato Capture Device utility on the Mac, you're still able to use that program. You're just not able to download it off the Elgato website. So right now I have opened the Elgato Capture utility device and I have connected the Elgato HD60 X. As you can see now, it's running the latest firmware. Like we just downloaded the firmware and there's no more firmware. If you have the Elgato Capture Device utility, you can use it. If you were not lucky enough to download it, then you go and use the Elgato Studio. For OBS Studio, you have to go to the official website, which is obsproject.com. I'm using the MacBook Pro M3 Max, I'm gonna be going with macOS. And then you have two versions of the macOS. You have the macOS Intel, so that's the older MacBooks with the Intel chip, so it'll be like the Intel i7 and older. And then you have this one, which is a macOS Apple Silicon, so this one supports the M1, M2, M3, M4, and M5. For this instance, I'm currently on my MacBook Pro M3 Max. I'm going to be choosing macOS Apple Silicon. Click here, and then it'll start downloading. So once you finish downloading OBS Studio and you open the application, then you're greeted with initial setup. You have to link one of your streaming accounts. So in my instance, I link my Twitch account. And then after that, you'll be able to set up your OBS interface. But yeah, this makes it possible to capture gameplay and also to stream gameplay off the console. To create scenes, you just go here in the plus sign and you type in a name and you hit OK. Once you create a scene, we go here into sources, and what we're going to do right now is to add the Elgato HD60 X to OBS Studio. So we're going to go to the plus sign here. We're going to go to where it says video capture device, and then we're going to go up here where it says add a new video capture device. You're going to select it. On device, we're going to click on it and select the Elgato HD60 X. We're going to make this smaller because we want to have more control and be able to customize. Then we're not going to be using the preset, and from here you could choose the different resolutions. For this video, we're just going to keep it at 1080p because for streaming that's usually what's capped at 1080p, so we're going to leave it there. Then at frame rate, we're using the simple FPS value and we're going to switch it to 60. Then we're going to hit OK. Because we're using OBS Studio on a Mac, the video capture device only gets the video feed from the PlayStation 4 Pro off the Elgato HD60 X. It does not capture the audio. For macOS version of OBS Studio, you need to add another step. Going back to sources, we're going to hit the plus sign right here. Then we're going to go up here where it says audio input capture. We're going to click here where it says add a new audio input capture. So we're going to click here where it says device. Then we're going to change it to Elgato HD60 X. And we're going to hit OK. Prior videos, when you go here in the audio mixer and you go to the audio source that you added, when you right click, you're able to scroll down all the way to the advanced audio properties, but for OBS 32.2.1 and prior builds, that option is not available. So what you have to do now, going back to audio mixer, you go to where you see the gear here, that's the advanced audio properties. You're going to click on it. And then the first one we see here is the audio input capture. We're going to go across to audio monitoring. By default is monitor off. We're gonna have monitor enable. Then you hit close. the Elgato HD60 X is fully configured to get the video feed and an audio feed off my PlayStation 4 Pro on OBS Studio running on my MacBook Pro M3 Max. If you go here, you can unmute and mute the audio source. So currently I have my PlayStation 4 Pro connected to my Elgato HD60 X. So on OBS Studio, you can see that I have Call of Duty Black Ops 7. You can see here that I'm using the Nacon Revolution 5 Pro wireless controller to control my PlayStation 4 Pro. And you can see it on OBS Studio also. So for my external mic, I'm using the DJI Mic 2 receiver and transmitter. In order to enable it in OBS Studio, you will need to go to the settings. You're gonna go to audio, and under global audio devices, we're gonna disable everything except the mic and auxiliary audio. We're gonna select the actual mic we're using. In my instance, the DJI Mic 2, the name that my MacBook recognizes is the wireless microphone RX. So we'll select that one. And then you hit OK. So another way to add the mic would be going to the sources section. We're going to click on the plus sign. Then from here, we're going to go to audio input capture. We're going to select add a new audio input capture. Then for device, we're going to click on it and choose the wireless microphone RX, and we're going to hit OK. So now the external mic is set up on OBS Studio, and those are the two ways to enable an external mic in OBS Studio, and you need it for both for streaming and gameplay recording. So if you're playing online multiplayers and you're part of a party and you want to get the party voice chat, if you're not using an external mic on your recordings, you're going to be able to hear everybody's voices except your own. You need to integrate an external mic to your setup. In doing so when you're live streaming, all your viewers are able to hear your voice. When you get gameplay footage to use for a YouTube video or any video you make, you're going to be able to hear everybody's voices, party and other players in proximity chat, along with your own voice in the recordings. Like I said, if you don't integrate an external mic in the recordings and live streaming, you're only going to hear your friends speak and have a conversation, but you're not going to be able to hear your voice. In the headset, your friends that are part of the party or other players using the proximity chat are able to hear your voice and you're able to hear their voice. It's just in the recordings, nor when you go live stream on any of the streaming platforms, your voice doesn't come out if you don't have an external mic integrated into your setup. So in order to customize the sound profile and update the firmware for the new SteelSeries Arctis Nova Pro Omni, you have to go to the SteelSeries website, which is steelseries.com. You go to the software section, then you go to where it says learn about SteelSeries GG. So you're able to download the SteelSeries GG app for both Windows and Mac. The only caveat is that the Windows version has all the features, including sonar. The Mac version does not have sonar. If you have a PC or you're running a virtual machine, then I would go with the Windows version. If you do not have a PC or virtual machine, then you'll be able to use the macOS version. You're not able to use sonar in that version. So SteelSeries also has an Arctis companion app that's available for iPhones and Androids. So the Arctis companion app, from what I know, it's compatible with the Arctis Nova Elite headset and also with a new Arctis Nova Pro Omni headset. And then once you download it to your phone, you can change the different configurations for the audio profile and the mic. So once you download the SteelSeries GG app on your Mac, you open it and then you have to input your account information. If you have an account, if you don't, then you have to create one. One noticeable difference I'm noticing right now with the Mac version, I don't see sonar there. I don't know if sonar is specifically only for Windows. Connected to Game Hub, and there's a firmware update to it. So both the game hub and the headset are connected to my Mac. First thing I'm going to do right now is to update the firmware. Before you can update the firmware, you need to have both the headset and the game hub connected to your computer. So we're going to update right now. So update is complete. We're gonna power on back the headset. So this is the SteelSeries GG app for Windows. So right now on my MacBook Pro M3 Max, I'm running Parallels desktop virtual machine running Windows 11 Pro. So in the Windows version of the SteelSeries GG app, I have listed here all 3 SteelSeries headsets that I own. We're going to be focused on the Arctis Nova Pro Omni. So we're going to click on it. For the audio portion, I'm unable to set it up here because I already have Sonar enabled. For the mic, I'm able to actually change the different configurations here. And then the settings section is the settings for the game hub. So these are the different options. So now we're gonna go to Sonar and we're gonna go to games. So these are the Sonar configurations that I did for both the game audio and the chat audio. So for the game, the base preset that I chose was Call of Duty Black Ops 7, duplicated it and renamed it gaming, and then saved it as one of my presets. So for the equalizer, I'll show the values for the gain, frequency, and Q for each of the markers. In order to change them, then you just click on this and then you click here and then change whatever value. Make sure after you make the changes to hit enter each time or it will not save the value that you inputted. Then here on the bass, I put it to negative 0.5 dB. For voice, I made it 1.1 dB. And for treble, I made it 0.5 dB. And you could change it as you see fit. For spatial audio, I enabled it and I'm using the headphone. For the distance, I put 75. Volume boost, put it all the way to 0. And then I turned off smart volume. Then for the chat, I chose the preset balance and I did not change any of the values of the markers. For this option, I enabled Clearcast AI noise cancellation. So the value that I chose for the noise cancellation is 40. If you want more manual control, then you turn this off. Then you can go here to noise reduction, enable these two, and these are the values that I chose. I also enabled noise gate and the value for the threshold, put it at negative 48 dB. I turned off the compressor. And then you could also change the value for the mic. That's if you connect an external mic. In my case, I'll have to connect the external mic to the virtual machine. I chose deep voice. This is all default values for each of the markers. For Clearcast, I enabled it and I put it at 40. Noise reduction, these are the values. And for a noise gate, I put it at negative 40 and I turned off compressor. So if you want to use Sonar as part of your setup, then you need to use the SteelSeries GG app Windows version. If you just want to use the SteelSeries GG app to configure the headset and update the firmware, then you could use the Mac version of the SteelSeries GG app. So going back to the SteelSeries GG app for Mac. So when you click on here, so what I did was the configurations that I did on Sonar, I applied them to the settings here and I saved it. Preset, I have it as Call of Duty Black Ops 7, where I duplicated it and renamed it Gaming. Then for this marker, same as Sonar, these are the values for gain, frequency, and Q. These values reflect what I changed in Sonar. I just changed this to streaming instead of speakers, and I didn't change anything else. Then once you make the changes, make sure to put save. For Bluetooth, I left it as default. For the microphone, I'm using the balance preset. I did not change any of the values here, and I did not change anything here. Left it as is. And these are the settings for the Game Hub. I didn't change anything. So in order to use Sonar, you need to use the Windows version of the SteelSeries GG app, and it needs to be running in the background. And for it to work, then you have to enable the auto flattening EQ. And then you can use Sonar without any interference. If you're not using Sonar, and disable Sonar, you can disable it here. And you go back to the engine. And you can enable that. But if you want to enable Sonar to use with your PC or virtual machine, then you turn it on. Once you connect your SteelSeries Arctis Nova Pro Omni headset to your iPhone or Android through Bluetooth, then you're gonna open the Arctis companion app. Once the app recognizes your headset, then it'll connect to it, and then you're able to change the presets here. So I already have, like, I customized the presets on the SteelSeries GG app, then that's the one I'm going to be using. For Bluetooth, I have it the same as I have in the app, the bass boost. Then I have noise control high, and I have the limiter off. For microphone, I have it balanced, and these are the different settings I have. By default, I didn't change those. On the app, you're able to check the firmware. When it says it's up to date, you're not able to download the firmware on the app. You need to use the SteelSeries GG app, either on macOS or Windows. These are different options you have on the app. To change the different markers on the presets, you need to do it on the SteelSeries GG app, because you're not able to do it on the Arctis companion app. So this is my current setup, integrating the SteelSeries Arctis Nova Pro Omni headset along with the Game Hub, also integrating the USB hub that I got for the PlayStation 4 Pro, and integrating the CalDigit Element 5 hub that I got for my MacBook Pro M3 Max. The USB hub that I got, I have it connected to power. I have the 2 charging cables that connects to the wireless controllers. I have the 2 dongles that connect to the Nacon Revolution 5 Pro wireless controller and the Victrix Pro BFG Reloaded wireless controller. Right now you can see I have it connected to the charging wire that's here in the back, and it's charging. And this USB port, I have connected the SteelSeries Arctis Nova Pro Omni Game Hub. So for the Game Hub on the back, I'm using USB 1 to connect to the USB hub, and I'm using the line out to connect the Chat Link cable to the back here. Connector here, like I said before, I'm not using it. It has nothing to connect to it. And then the other end of the Chat Link Pro cable is connected to the Elgato HD60 X game capture card. For the HDMI in, this is the HDMI cable that comes directly from the PlayStation 4 Pro. The middle one here is the USB-C Thunderbolt 5 cable that connects to the CalDigit Element 5 USB hub. And the output HDMI cable usually connects directly to the TV, but because I'm at a hotel right now, so this is the cable that connects to the PlayStation 4 Pro, and then this cable that connects to my Apple TV 4K, and then HDMI output connects to the HDMI port here on the media box that Marriott uses on their TV. Depending on the different configurations you have, you can connect it directly to TV. But in my case, it's connected directly to the box. Then from the CalDigit Element 5 USB hub, I have it connected directly to my MacBook Pro M3 Max. I have it connected to power, and this USB-C cable is the one connected to the Insta360 Link to webcam. In the front here, this USB-C cable is the one connected to my external SSD, and then this other USB cable is the one that connects to the Elgato HD60 X. On this USB-C port, I have connected the DJI Mic 2 receiver, and the transmitter, I have it here. On my MacBook Pro M3 Max, I'm running OBS Studio, and I have everything connected like you see. I have Call of Duty Black Ops 7 currently showing on my PlayStation 4 Pro here on the TV, and you can see it here on OBS Studio. And you can see the audio for the Elgato HD60 X and the audio for the DJI Mic 2. You can see it right here. So this is my complete gameplay recording and streaming setup, integrating the new SteelSeries Arctis Nova Pro Omni headset along with the game hub. All the wires are connected to the game hub, so it makes it possible for the headset to be wireless. It makes it possible for the Nacon Revolution 5 Pro wireless controller to be truly wireless. There is no aux cable connected to the controller nor to the headset. So this is a truly wireless setup.